So I've been getting a lot of comments on my channel, and thank you for all of the beautiful comments. And the thing that I realized is that a lot of my comments had something in common. A lot of the comments were talking about accommodations in Edinburgh. So I just thought, why not make a video about it? There's this housing crisis in UK.
There are too many people bidding for too few places. Properties are getting snapped up so quickly, there's no need for him to do physical viewings.
So they're saying 1,700, can you say 1,800? And it's like a bit of a bidding war. And it's like, honestly, you just don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, in this video, I'm gonna be putting a lot of links in the comments for all sorts of different accommodations which I found. And here's my story of all of the different accommodations which I have throughout my years in university. Let's start with year one. No, wait. Year one of university was 2020 for me. So I basically just had university in Malaysia because of COVID. Let's go on to year two of university. In year two of university, I was in a uni accommodation. And you can apply for a uni accommodation by going to this website. Right. So if you go to this website, and this is basically the main website for your whole university life. And if you go here, you can apply for university accommodations, but you can only do this once you're actually a university student, because you kind of need a student number. And like, here's another link for all of the university accommodations there is. But like, the thing that I felt about my accommodation in year two is that I felt I had like no choice in choosing an accommodation. Like, they just put me into a university accommodations, and like I felt that accommodation wasn't very nice. Like, I felt everything was just run down. Everything was just passed from one person to the next. But the thing that I did like in that accommodation is that I had 3 other flatmates and they were all like super nice, and we were actually like quite close in year 2 of university. But like, the accommodation itself was just run down. Let me tell you a story. There was one time where I was just lying on my bed in my uni accommodation. There was literally a mouse in my room. UK doesn't really have an ants problem or a fly problem, but what it does have is a rodent problem. And this actually happened to me in year 2 of university. In my first uni accommodation, there was literally a small mice in my room. But honestly, when you see a mice, just don't panic. The mice is not going to kill you. It's afraid of you, so that's good. But what you should do is just call your landlord and say, like, hey, there's a mice in my room, can you do something about it? And that's all that is to it, to be honest. And also try and keep your room clean, because like, mice is attracted to rubbish. I got this accommodation by going to student.com and booking it through there. Student.com is basically a third-party website which basically has a lot of student accommodations across UK. And I booked my accommodation entirely through their website. But it might be a better idea to also go to the proper website for an accommodation. For example, 8 Roxburgh Place, the proper website is actually called Homes for Students. And make sure you see like a video tour of the apartment, or like schedule a booking or something, because like, images can be very deceiving. But yeah, like, this accommodation is nice. The only thing which I dislike about this accommodation is that I'm basically sharing the whole floor with like 11 other people. And like there's enough bathroom and enough storage in the whole kitchen and stuff like that. There's enough for everything. But like by just sharing this place with 11 other people, I just don't feel like very close with anyone. That's my only con about this place. Me and my friends tried to actually apply for an accommodation next year, and we went to websites like Zoopla and CityLets to apply for an accommodation. And these websites, basically anyone can apply. And me and my friends actually tried to apply for an accommodation in there. But the thing is, there's a big competition in accommodations nowadays. Because everyone was applying to the same accommodation, we got rejected in the end. And it was so weird because we were like willing to pay rent 6 months in advance. And like we sent like very nice email and like saying that we would be like very happy if we actually got an accommodation, and like we were also willing to pay double deposit as well. And like we basically checked 9 out of the 10 boxes, and I think we got rejected because we didn't really have a UK guarantor. That's why I feel like Zoopla and like CityLets, you kind of have to be like the perfect person to be selected. At least for like right now. There's such a big competition in accommodation right now. When you try and apply for an accommodation, you're going to be writing a lot of stuff about an accommodation, and you're going to be researching a lot of accommodations, and you're also going to experience a lot of doubt if you want to apply for an accommodation. But one thing I can say is that I think I would rather live in a bad accommodation but with very close friends than live with a good accommodations with no friends at all.